All right, Wartburg, start us off with the intro.
Really? Me? Cool. What? First off, the number.
What is the number? That's
90.
What is it? 89? 90? 90.
90 straight? Okay, I got this.
Yep.
It's almost
You
as
got
old
it.
as me.
Okay.
All you, man.
It's dog years. Welcome, everyone, to the TFT podcast number 90. I will be your pseudo-host for the evening. I'm Mr. Wartburg. Along with me tonight is Zap45,
Yo!
Chaos Mana,
Hey.
and Chris /Birdman84.
That's me.
I don't know why I said your name and then your site name. I don't know.
Because it's my first time. They have
Yeah.
to know who I am in
Yes.
multiple ways.
Does it feel like your first time? If you catch my
Oh,
drift.
yeah.
Feels like the very
that?
first time. Thank you, Chris.
tell if that
Thank
was
you,
a
Chris.
roll.
We are indeed friends before and after
Yep.
this podcast.
Yep.
I would have thought it was. I just had an idea. What if we had like a really awkward anti-podcast where it was Wartburg hosting and the only people attending were Lucas, Wandy. It was
So
just, like,
basically,
all
LBF.
cast.
Oh,
yeah,
we
it
should
was
do
all-
that. We should do that. We should have an LBF podcast on the TFT channel, and we should have a TFT podcast
Dude,
on
I'd
the
be
other
down.
channel.
We don't even record it at. We just literally swap the files and see if anyone notices.
No, we record it as
Yeah,
on
I've
purpose.
told you
I'd be
that's-
down.
Coming soon
So we need to record that before this comes out on YouTube.
to make it.
So we got like a week. Let's make this happen.
So how
maybe.
has everyone's Christmases
Yeah.
been? And do you has any Christmas stories or any happenings that did happen during the last week?
Good question. Good question. I mean, my Christmas was awesome, but there wasn't really like a whole lot of like it wasn't exciting. I guess I've been moving mostly, and
Well, yeah, you had been
And I
moving.
got some sweet
Did you
gifts.
actually take a break from moving to
Ye-
celebrate the festivities,
Yes.
or were you like, "Merry Christmas, Zach. Now take this package back to the shed."
Merry Christmas. Now, if you could grab those 3 boxes over there by yourself and move them up 2 flights of stairs, that'd be great. No, I mean, it was Christmas Eve, like at 8 or 9 p.m. We stopped moving and we're like, okay, let's relax. And that's what we did. We opened our grandma's presents or our nana's presents, and then we waited till Christmas Day morning to open the presents from Santa and Mom and Dad.
What?
So it was great. I got a $50 Steam card from my grandma, and I spent it all immediately on like Speedrunners and Don't Starve Together and all these other games that hopefully we'll be able to do like Let's Plays and stuff with. So
Now,
I'm
here's
happy.
my question. Did
about the
your
rest of you?
grandma actually go out and get the Steam card? Like, did she personally do it?
You kind of have to get it in person because they don't sell
Yeah.
it online.
No, but I'm like saying, did she do it? Or did somebody who understands what Steam is go and get it for her?
What I did is I very creatively and wholeheartedly and honestly described what a Steam card was and where you can find it and what the average
Well,
pricing
what
was.
I would do is, like, my grandma asked me to make a list for her. If it's anything video game related, all she would have to do is, I think she printed it out what the description is, or just write it down. Like, you can say, walk into GameStop and just ask them for this, and usually the attendants will be able to help you.
Exactly. I never specified the amount, and I thought she was going to give me like $15 or $20. She gave me a $50 card. I'm like,
They
thank
only
you,
come
Grandma.
in 50s. I don't
really?
think I've seen a not 50 gift card for
a
sold.
lot of
Like,
money.
I'm not claiming to be like an expert because I usually don't get Steam gift cards, but I think I've only seen 50 for sale online, and I think that means that's only 50 on the actual store.
It's crazy though. That's a lot of money, especially during this time for Steam, because I bought like 8 or 10 games that I
Yeah,
wanted.
during any time, like Steam is constantly doing sales. It's really amazing how, like, if you get in that sweet spot where like all the games you want are on sale, $50 can earn you upwards of 10 or even 20 games if you were getting the right types.
Exactly.
During that like super Steam sale just a little bit ago, you could have probably gotten 30 games with that.
Yeah, it's a shame it wasn't.
Not necessarily good games, but still 30 games.
Yeah, I got Terraria, Lynch. I wanted to try Battle Mage Lichdom. I got Mount Your Friends. I got Risk of Rain, and all these really cool like indie games and roguelikes, and then I got a few Survivor games and then Speedrunners.
Speedrunners is fun. I didn't expect it to be when I first saw it with Elon. Like I thought it would be all right, but especially now that I've hooked up my controller to it and I can play all my games using a controller if they're so compatible with them.
Mm-hmm.
It's really fun to just race a bunch of courses, and I don't do too terribly, though I'm usually not the victor. Still, it was fun. Like I've only played it like one time, but I did play it for quite a while, and I also have the 2 YouTuber packs with it.
Nice. What about MrWartburg? What did you get? And any fun anecdotal stories?
Pretty. Not particular. I mean, I took my Xbox One home for my cousin. He's 6.
That's cool.
He loves playing Minecraft.
Sounded like you stole his Xbox One.
So we played Minecraft for a good.
The way you phrased that, it sounded like you just went and stole someone's one.
Yeah, he's
awesome.
He's cool as shit. And then I got a bunch of games. Though all but one of the games I already had. So I took them back and got GTA 5. And I got $50 in Amazon gift cards that I'm going to use for my sound mixer. And then I got a bunch of movies like Princess Bride, Avengers, Godzilla. Let's see, what else did I get? I have them in the other room. Justified Seasons 3 and 4. Space Jam on Blu-ray.
What?
Jealous.
Why do they have,
Yes.
they have that on Blu-ray?
Jealous.
It's Space Jam. There is no such thing as too much space.
Amen.
I mean
it was when it introduced me to Bill Murray.
Seeing the Master Pancake Theater, I see like certain things about that movie, and it's not a bad movie, but it just kind of it's hilarious.
It's like there's so many little things I didn't notice as a kid, like the Pulp Fiction references, and like there's so many little things I didn't see, like I'll never have sex with Madonna again. Like it was great. And it flew over everybody's head.
That's what I like about
And did you
movies
see
like
that?
that?
Y'all, did you see the like in the scene when they're all training? There was just a random like I think it was the rooster just spanking the dog or something like that.
Yeah, I know. They're in the background, like there's all this weird shit. Like awesome.
There's just this random moment. It's like right when they're training, like doing the first part. If you look carefully in the background, you'll just see someone getting spanked over and over, like out of nowhere. Sloth.
And then at my grandma's, I didn't get anything because my aunt forgot to bring a gift.
Slapper.
That jerk.
I didn't get to go because I had to work because fucking
yes.
Best Buy.
Best Buy.
And what about the Birdman? Unless Wartburg still has more tales to tell.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Cool tradition that my family just started this
No,
year
wait, I
that
got
we're
something.
going to do every year. But Christmas Eve, we watch the best Christmas movie of all time, Die Hard. And then Christmas
Nice.
Day, we
Excellent. Even further cementing the friendship. I like
and
it.
then Christmas Day we watched Die Hard 2, which was pretty awesome.
Excellent follow-up.
And then for stuff that I got the day after Christmas, I went out and bought some games at GameStop. I got Far Cry 4, Shadow of Mordor, Lego Hobbit, and Last of Us Remastered.
Like a Hobbit.
Cool.
And I also got a 2 terabyte personal cloud storage for Christmas, which was awesome.
That
I was like,
going
hold on,
to
I
be
have to
fantastic.
go set this up real quick. Wait, wait for me so I can set this up. So
It's going to be
for
great
me.
because all of a sudden you're just going to get a massive inflow of things that you have to draw for me.
it's going to be amazing.
No, but seriously, get back to work. No,
Okay, bye everybody.
No, go ahead.
What else did I get? Oh, my brother got me some throwing knives, which is pretty cool.
What?
Yeah.
Nice.
Just randomly throwing. Okay.
Yeah, last year he got me
I have
batarangs.
a few of them.
And this year he got me throwing knives. So I'm seeing a
Nice.
theme in the way he
Next,
gets.
he's gonna send you bottles of poison. He's gonna also send like a mace with a spike or what is
He's gonna
spike
send
and
a
chain
body
thing.
bag and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then then the
smoke
last
bombs.
thing is just gonna be a message with a name and a location.
A pickup for cash. It's just no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all it's gonna say is, "Bring the battery."
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
That was really good. That was actually pretty good.
But yeah, that's
Some
that's
people,
my
that-
that's my Christmas.
Awesome. Chaos.
It was a pretty nice. We specifically watched like YouTube Christmas, all the things we could find. Not a lot of our YouTubers that we watch actually released a Christmas video on Christmas, which we're kind of sad about, but what can we do? So we watched different things and we relaxed, and then we had a bit of coffee cake that was sent down to us. It's like the specific brand that we really like, which is like not sold anywhere anymore. So we actually have to special order it from this like bakery somewhere. And it was just a really nice relaxing day that we were able to spend. And I got the biggest thing that I got would be the different parts to the PC I'm eventually going to make. Granted, it's not very many compared to how much the total, but it's like every step of the way helps. And I'm
Nice.
super excited to get even a little bit closer. And then I also got a couple Steam things and a little bit of cash, which I might end up spending on more. I recently bought Rust out of something. I don't know if you've seen it, but the Game Grumps have recently done a Rust playthrough in which on the Steam Train server, I remember seeing a tweet about it one time. Everyone, and they like, come play with us. We're playing right now. They actually went on it, like created this gang Christmas posse, and were running through. And every time they ran, it was Ross, Barry, and
Aaron, right?
Aaron, yeah. We're all running through, and anytime they ran into a player, they would hold them at gunpoint, and they were like admins, so they couldn't be killed, and force them to sing a Christmas carol, or they'd get shot. And if they were able to properly sing the Christmas carol, then they were allowed to join their Christmas posse, and they gave them a uniform to dress all in white, and then they slowly spread, in their words, like spread the joy of Christmas as they were like running into every player.
That's amazing. I'll have to watch.
Yeah,
the
it
series
was
now.
a great series. An excellent quote from the series would just simply be, he was like, Ross was running after a player saying, "Accept Christmas as your Lord and Savior," as he was firing.
Christmas. That's awesome.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I think this past Christmas season has been pretty nice, especially since I'm in my
definitely.
new house location for it. First Christmas together.
Same. I totally forgot that I got my Elgato, so I'll be able to capture stuff and do our retro series. It's just another thing that I kind of want to bring up is projects. Like, we're all doing stuff this year, and
yeah.
I also want to mention your awesome animated TFT animated, which was amazing. I love it, and I want more of it. It's just so cool.
And it makes me really regret that I was not using the right microphone. I didn't even realize it was the fucking webcam microphone.
It still came out pretty
You could
well.
tell the difference.
Oh yeah, it's a big difference. Like, mine sounds really, I don't know, it just sounds more mechanical.
Well, to be fair, you were wearing a mask.
Yeah, exactly.
Very true, very true.
So it helps, you know?
How do you
And
how do you
now
know
the-
I didn't purposely distort you so that you would sound like you're coming? No.
I listened to the actual audio version.
Okay, interesting.
See, I listened to the
Oh, I know.
content.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just really liked the way that intro played out, and I wanted to try like
It
this
was
new
fucking awesome.
format, and yeah, I was pretty happy with it. Like
yeah.
the perfectionist in me wanted me to take like twice as more to correct every single thing, but still, I had fun doing it, and it was just like a random spur of the moment. I was just sitting there like one day, I was like, you know what, I want to do this, and here it is.
What program did you use? Because I was wondering.
Well, it says right in the description.
I didn't. I was too busy watching it, Chaos.
Nobody reads anymore.
Yeah, come on.
It's similar how to. It said in the
Nobody
description
cares
who
what
did
is
Morgan Freeman's voice in that other video, and everyone asks after that.
It's because we want to hear it straight from the horse's mouth, you know.
New end slate for TFT videos. Read the descriptions, assholes.
Yes.
I did like how
with
your laugh perfectly mimicked what happens at the end of Game Grumps animated or intros. So I was like, well, that worked together.
Oh yeah, you know, I'm a very laughable, or you know, I laugh a lot. You know,
You've had your practice with laughing.
You're a laughable individual.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm glad you all liked it because
I love it.
Yeah.
And you need to make more.
well, I
basically.
certainly will do so.
Basically, they're going to strap you to a computer, and you don't get to leave until RTX.
I'll just pay Ray tons of money to strap you to a computer. Sorry, honey, you have to work now. No, but
if I was being paid money, then I could just do that instead of my job.
Yeah, I wish. It's just if I had the money, I would. It's
Oh, yeah.
So, Wartburg, you're going to be paying the bill? Thank you.
Yeah, you're gonna be footing the bill.
Fuck that. I still got to pay my hospital bill.
Fair enough.
They still haven't taken care of who the fuck's paying for all
man.
that shit.
Yeah,
Dang.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's $178,000. We don't fucking know.
Not our problem. No, fuck you. It's your
Yeah.
it is your problem. I pay you.
Well, that's a scary amount to just have owed in kind of the blank. Like, I have my bills and my problems, but yeah, there is like nothing compared to a lot of hospital type things that have to go down.
Yeah. Because, like, insurance says nothing's been sent to them. And the hospital says, yeah, we sent it, and they denied it. Like, the insurance company has to tell me they denied a claim. Like, it's legal. They have to tell me that.
You need to light a fire under their ass and maybe even threaten
It's not the insurance
litigation
company.
or something. Well, it's at the hospital. You have to threaten them of
Yeah,
some sort. They're
on
lazy.
Monday, on my next day off, I'm going to do a conference call. Be like, hey, you, insurance company, call the person while I'm on the phone. Call somebody at Mayo Clinic. Let's figure this shit out.
Yeah, I mean, it's different if it were like cell phone service or internet, like those people are paid, they're peons, but fucking insurance, that's important.
Because my insurance, they set up a conference call with the pharmacy when they were fucking up my drugs back in
So
April.
your insurance company sounds actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Sure.
They're on top of their
Yeah,
shit.
for sure. So it's most likely, and honestly, it is the hospital because honestly,
It does sound like the sort of way you would phrase an excuse that you didn't want to, like if you didn't want to do something.
Exactly.
I tried to, but they said no.
people are lazy.
I'm sorry, they said no.
Yeah, they said no. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, in any position of anything, people will say something like that because people are lazy. They don't want to do the work. They want to do the bare minimum
a very big
to get the
clue
paycheck.
Concerning my job about that is, I called my job asking to talk to my boss, and instead of delivering me over to my boss, they said, he's not here. He left. And he was actually there the whole time. Like all the workers that are originally from my store that I was working at, like at least the ones that I were talking to over the phone. I'm not going to say all of them, but a lot of them were like, I couldn't trust their word to say if my boss was there or not. When I was trying to get a hold of them a few times the past few weeks.
And that's not even a whole lot of work either. Like, you go look for your boss.
Exactly.
Put the other person on hold.
Well,
and then
they don't even
you
have to go look
transfer.
for them. They just have to literally say, "Hey, there's a call for you," on their little walkie-talkies.
Yeah. That's pure laziness right there, and that really sucks. But
It's the height of laziness.
Exactly.
It's the principle of the thing.
Yeah.
They need to get off their asses.
yeah. And speaking of asses, I've been planting my ass in my chair
Sipping
or my
asses.
couch, and
Segway.
been playing some
Bam.
Sunset Overdrive, and I love it so much. The
Is
music,
it a good game?
Yeah, it's a great. It's okay. Well, I don't want to overhype it because that sometimes
So good.
deters people. But
Well, I've heard
it's
mixed
so good.
feelings. Like Bernie and such did the stream, and I'm not gonna, like I think I have mixed opinions about just looking at it from the outside. It definitely seems like a fun game, and the engine or game style that it was based on. I think it was compared to Ratchet and Clank or something like that. Yeah, I really like that type
With
of
like
game.
Skate
So
and Left 4 Dead.
I definitely love to give
if
it
they
a
had
try.
a baby.
Yeah, it's very crazy. It doesn't take itself serious narrative wise, like story wise. So immediately they break the fourth wall when you're playing the story, and it's just very fun and happy go lucky and just action packed.
So it breaks the fourth wall and does it in a good way, because there has been like
Oh yeah.
games that try to do that and like
Well,
went the other way.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, they understand meta
Oh yeah.
well, and they wrote it well. I mean, I really like the game. I think there are a couple that are better this
Oh
year.
yeah. It doesn't have to be like each game that comes out doesn't have to be the next top game, but it's still a really great game.
Oh, still, it
that's
was
how
one of the
sounds
best
to
of the
me
year,
at
no
the
doubt,
moment.
no doubt.
yeah. I mean,
It's in the conversation.
for sure. I mean, it has great music. It has great fluid parkouring, traversal mechanics.
Yeah, that's one of the things I liked about the Ratchet and Clank games is how fluid and fun it was just to move around and do the different things that you were doing. Is it actually made by the same people?
Yeah, it's in.
Yeah, it's Insomniac
Nice.
Games. They made the Spyro, the Dragon. They made Riptor's Rage. They made a whole shit ton of Ratchet and Clank games and Resistance.
Did they make the most
Insomniac
recent one
Games
for
has a good
PS3?
pedigree. What?
Have they always been in? Is Ratchet and Clank only been under them?
It was when it started. I think it
Yeah,
moved on.
that's what I was
after
gonna
a
say.
while.
It's like they don't
Like Crash Bandicoot did.
Ratchet and Clank on the PS3,
And Spyro
so I
did.
wasn't sure.
Well, I think is there a Ratchet and Clank on any Nintendo or Xbox consoles? I thought there was like one.
I don't believe so.
Okay, fair enough. Because I thought they were mainly Sony, but
Crash crossed over, which
yeah,
was stupid.
yeah. I mean, I don't honestly care when it comes to those kinds of like version exclusives.
Well, it's more like Sony fucking owned the rights.
Yeah.
Well, I'd rather
Why?
certain games like Metal Gear. I was like playing with the PlayStation remote, but I'm glad that you can still get it in different ways. Like,
Yeah.
there is a point to having version exclusive things, but at the same time, if you could get it on just whatever platform you want.
Yeah, most would work. Most games work as multi-platforms because they're not core to one console's identity.
Yeah,
You know, like Halo is Xbox.
yeah, for sure.
There is not one without the other.
That is true.
So it can't.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, someone makes
Whereas
sense.
like
I support
Mario's
a lot
never
of
going to
them.
cross over.
But at the same time, if there is a game on another system, it does still make me happy if I have the system that it's the alternate versions on. Though sometimes, the bad thing about it I've seen, like, I think one of the not recent, but like last year's new Tomb Raider game is like horrible on one of the versions of it. Like sometimes they port it badly to console or port it badly to PC.
Yeah.
Like all versions aren't created equal, even for even for systems like a PS or Xbox One, PS4, and PC, which should all be somewhat on the same plane. Obviously PC could have a little bit more higher boost because some people have higher end PCs, so there could be settings for that, something like that. But they should still be in the same world. There shouldn't be a PS4 port that's awful compared to the Xbox.
Yeah. And sometimes what companies will do if once they, for example, Square Enix, the creators of awesome titles such as Kingdom Hearts, what they'll do is if they're going to release a game that's not console exclusive anymore because Sony doesn't own the rights to the leases up or whatever, they'll focus more on the Xbox One port because it's newer tech to them. So and they want to be excited. They want to build that fan base on a completely different console because they're going to get the people who played Kingdom Hearts on the PlayStation. They want to get the people who
So
might
they
not even have
focused
heard
over
of
for the
game.
Xbox with this one?
Well,
Or if you're Ubisoft,
for
you
example,
just don't give a fuck.
Exactly. I'm just making a parallel, so to speak,
Oh, I understand.
when it comes to companies that are able to create in both mediums. Like Destiny. Destiny was, or Bungie in particular, was stuck with Microsoft. So once they got out of Microsoft's clutches, they're like, hey, let's check out these Sony guys. So they made a whole bunch of exclusive content, and they
And then they sold their souls to
Yeah.
Activision.
basically. But, you know, Destiny is a pretty good game. I'd probably put it in the top 10 for 2014 when it comes to my games.
Yeah, which that brings me to another point. Like, this year, did we have any truly great games? Like, stand the test of time, great.
That's a very good question. I mean, I'm still in the honeymoon phase with Sunset Overdrive, so I can't really give a good.
I mean, I know, yeah, we're pretty, like, late, but I mean, like, Shadows of Mordor,
it was
like, for this year, a great game.
yeah, good.
I don't know if it's going to stand up, 3 years down the road, and we still going
I
to be
guess
talking about
an
it.
example of a game that's sort of done that is Skyrim, which has stayed and been replayed by a lot of people even up to this day. And I've heard even newer, more recent Let's Play by like someone in the Yogscast did it like way after it's been released, and it's still
Yeah, it's like,
fun.
like, we had 2 really awesome remasters that were, like, the top sellers.
Oh, for sure.
Like, and like Advanced Warfare, great game, really was. I don't think it's going to have the legs to really
No,
stick around,
no.
like Modern Warfare, that stuck around for a long time.
Well, then that they keep on trying to make like overdo the series because there has to be not a sequel because everyone likes it and there's going to be a sequel. It's just there has to be one just to shove it at the public.
Right.
Yeah, because they want more money. But I mean, not to shit on Warhammer, 40K Warhammer, or whoever who does who did Advanced Warfare,
No.
the studio.
Sledgehammer.
Yeah, Sledgehammer. Excuse me. I don't know why I was thinking of 40K. But yeah, Sledgehammer. Not to shit on Sledgehammer because they're a pretty decent studio and everything. It's just, at some point, enough is enough. Like I think Advanced Warfare was my last Call of Duty. Like I'm not gonna play Call of Duty.
Well,
anymore.
yeah,
And honestly, I think it was the best since Modern Warfare 2.
You don't have to stop a series if people are going to keep going, but there's definitely the trying to get a game out too fast just because you have to get like Sonic Boom, how they just
Or Dragon
shoved
Age
that
2.
out when it could have been a lot better than it was. Like I'm all for another Sonic game because I still really like the series, but I'd like a complete Sonic game because I had lots of fun on the GameCube versions and those aren't exactly like popular, at least from what I've seen, and those were still a lot better than like Sonic 06 disaster and now the Sonic Boom disaster.
God,
Like they shouldn't have pulled it, and one of the reasons is like it was Sonic Team's disaster for Sonic 06, and now it's a new company kind of in charge of the Sonic game, is what I heard, and so they've basically repeated the same mistakes of the past. Just getting it out way before it was finished, like laughably glitchy and awful.
Yeah. And it sucks. Like I watched the Let's Play that the Game Grumps have done with the Sonic Boom series.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of interesting mechanics that could have been used, and it's garbage.
Yeah,
Like,
like a lot of awkward changes that they made that didn't seem to have a point, and then a lot of stuff that it could have been a decent game. Like they could go new style, new art direction, what have you. That's fine, but at least finish what you're trying to do. Let us be upset at the choices, not upset that we can't play the game properly. That you can knuckles glitch over the stage and win. And
exactly.
yeah, and also the awkward way that they seem to be taking the speed out of Sonic. Like I don't see a whole lot of running fast in that game unless you're like fighting the boss.
There were some good moments, like some of the
Got a
platforming.
power walk.
It's like that game seemed a lot more puzzle solving than the running tracks that you see in even the other 3D games up to that point. Like I had a lot of racing scenes in Unleashed, a lot of racing scenes in 06 even.
Yeah.
All these. It basically my point is a lot of new fancy titles. Like this is next gen gaming apparently. But we're having not a lot of super games. Like, there's been a lot more disappointments, it seems, than games that we're actually like, oh, this is pretty good.
What about Smash Bros? I think Smash Bros. Will stand the test of time.
That's a great game.
That's what I think Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, I mean, it does have a...
Just because of its, like, almost perfect multiplayer.
Well,
function.
yeah, you don't have to. You just don't play Mario Kart a lot, from what I would think, Zach. So you might not have felt a lot about the series, but yeah, that could be another game added to the list.
Yeah, like I gotta say, like in terms of strength of titles, top to bottom, honestly, Nintendo, like they nailed the fall.
Easily, yeah.
Like they put out 2 Pokemon games, a new Smash, a new Mario Kart, and they were all very, very successful.
Oh, very smooth and very fluid, and they worked.
Like no launch problems, nothing.
Yeah,
It just
why are we
worked.
having like
It worked
a
across
launch
platform,
problem with
3DS
the Halo
to Wii U.
version? That was another like excitement, like a really big problem with Assassin's Creed.
I will say
Unity.
though, Nintendo was not as ambitious as Master Chief Collection. Like that may be the most ambitious project we've ever put in, like anyone's ever done in gaming. It's up there.
Yeah, I mean,
4 different games, 1 disc, unified architecture for 4 physics engines, 2 games running 2 different graphics engines. Like that's insane.
It certainly is a lot.
I do not want to be. I would never want that job. But yeah, they should not have done it all at once.
It was just
They should have patched it in like
well,
DLC.
they're not patched in, but they could have delayed it a little bit longer if they like done beta. Like there's beta testing Halo 5 from what I've seen.
Yeah, it was
Like-
awesome.
like,
Halo
beta tests are
2
important.
was ready. Yeah, Halo 2's... And I've been playing the beta, and it's pretty awesome, but, like, the Halo 2 anniversary was ready to go. That wouldn't have been a problem. They could have done that and included the multiplayer, and it would have satisfied people for now. And then, like, what they're doing with ODST, they're offering it as DLC.
Yeah, for free.
Free if you played it until before the 19th, the game, and then you have to pay a certain amount, you know, if you didn't.
like straight.
But they're
that's
gonna
another
they're just gonna give you a campaign.
yeah, I have a question about that, MrWartburg. I'm not sure if you know that, or know this or not. But does it mean like from the 19th until like or the pre-order date or whatever the first day it came out, and then till the 19th, like straight?
Yeah, any time in between.
Oh, okay. Well, I played a whole
As long
bunch
as
in
it's
between.
your game.
Yeah.
Like I don't think my buddy who played it on my console is gonna get it because he didn't have the license to it under his gamer tag. But I do. Like, and I got an emblem. It's a gold Master Chief helmet.
Cool.
For being, you know, like, hey, you put up with this shit. I get a free avatar.
Yeah.
You know, you get a free fucking game. Like, they're just gonna give you a game.
$60 free.
Like,
yeah.
Here's a game. We're even gonna get people to come back and re-record the lines. Here, thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
And
We'll fix it.
see, that's a company.
It's
a step in the
definitely
right direction.
a good company. I think it's just the awkward gamer market that had a lot of like just mess ups recently. And there's probably been a lot of good game releases. It's just those mess ups being
A lot of people fell on their face.
The forefront of the news has definitely skewed how this recent gaming season has looked.
Yeah, I honestly wonder if this fall is going to change how game launches happen because of how many problems there were.
Yeah. I think.
You know, like Unity was a rushed mess. Master Chief Collection was too ambitious.
They sold Unity in like packs. Like Unity seemed to be a game that they were going to be like, this is Unity, like this big deal, and then it kind of flopped.
Yeah, they made a bundle for it, and it didn't work because the game was busted. Like Black Flag, still one of the best games I've ever played in the last 5 years. I love that game.
Yeah.
So good. And it was awesome when they launched it. It was perfect. No issues at all. And then it was just like they didn't care enough to make a good game.
And certain big projects definitely need beta. Like I like how they did a Destiny beta and let people kind of run around in the world beforehand. Though the sad thing about some betas is some games use that as an excuse just to get their game out early when it's not and like they can take forever to do anything with it.
See, that's why I don't know if I'm worried or happy they're doing the Halo beta so soon. Like the game's not even going to come out for another 10 months.
If they're going to do it that far in ahead, I just hope they actually use the data. That's all I want out of people, putting out
but
betas.
It is
they
like
use it
once
for
I'm in the
improvements.
games, it's actually polished. Like
Halo 5.
the beta's pretty solid once you're in the system. Like it took me a long time to get into hoppers the first day, and it's been a lot smoother since. Like me and Chris were playing right before we played, got on the podcast, started, and then we had one lag spike. It's the first lag spike I've had in 2 days, which is pretty solid for a beta.
Well,
that's
that's solid for a regular game, because regular games have had lag spike like back when it was Reach and 4.
It was a bad one, but
No,
it didn't crash
yeah.
the game.
Exactly.
Everybody stayed in.
And there are some really cool features in the multiplayer. I'm impressed. Like, it's pretty fun.
I'm skeptic. I mean, I've only played,
Yeah.
4 matches so far, so I'm still easing into the beta itself. But, like, there are just some nitpicky things that...
the beta only
like,
available on
in
the one?
previous Halo games, like I think Halo 4, you were given the option to watch a kill cam, but now you have to watch a kill cam, or you have to skip it somehow.
Again, I would be willing to bet
Yes,
that will be
I think
taken
it
out.
will be, yeah.
I mean, a lot of people have had
Yeah,
like,
a lot of people probably would add
They do watch their
feedback
forums.
for such things.
Yeah.
yeah, they do watch their forums, and I'm willing to bet that'll be gone.
I have another. Does the beta actually have a feedback like button or option to click in the interface at all?
Ooh, I haven't looked.
I'd love to see
I don't
that.
believe so. It's a pretty minimal menu.
Yeah,
But I mean, Halo, the 343 forums are pretty big.
for sure.
Yeah, they're. I don't think a company that's been as good and friendly as like 343 and Bungie for Halo, especially Halo concerns. I don't think they're going to be oblivious to the public, or at least I hope they wouldn't.
Well, definitely not. They got their ear to the ground, so to
Yeah.
speak.
Yeah, they just gave us
They're
a
just
free
like
game. so I think
here's
they're
the
gonna be
game.
like-
Here's what we have. Here's the features that we have installed. Like maybe they really worked on getting kill cam to function right, so they're going to put that as a default for now because that's just the system they have.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And the big thing for me in the multiplayer, one thing I didn't like about Halo 4 was that it felt unbalanced. Like, even if you had two good teams, it was still unbalanced.
Unbalanced how?
Why?
when it comes
Like,
to
if you got a power weapon, like if you got an incineration cannon down a hallway, the entire team was fucked.
well, yeah, it's a
You
power
know.
weapon. That's
But it would take out all 5. Even a rocket wouldn't do that.
yeah. I mean the Promethean, but at the same time, it takes forever to it's a slow.
And there was really, in Halo 4, there was one really well-balanced map, and that was Haven. It was a launch map. Like, Halo 4 did not have the best maps. It didn't. For, like, the traditional Halo experience, the 4-on-4
I think
Slayer.
Halo 3 had the best maps for being even. Yeah.
For that.
For sure.
Yeah. And this, so far, the pace is fast, but it still feels like
Halo.
it's a pitched battle. Like, it's Halo,
Yeah.
but it feels fast. It
Gotta go
feels
fast.
modern.
Gotta go fast.
Like we were saying right before we started, like, it's smooth, and I feel like I'm playing Halo. Like, not like, I mean, yeah, I kind of feel the Advanced Warfare movement style, but that's just because I've just played Advanced Warfare like a month
To
ago.
be honest, when I was playing, I did not feel like I was playing Halo very much.
I did. I really thought that it was. It was
with all the
much
Halo,
more
with,
core
the,
to
with
what
all the
Halo used
Halo
to be.
games over the recent decade, like the games that you've played and which games you played in which order and for how long will really affect your experience.
That's going to
of the new
dictate
game.
what you think. Yeah. I think it's much more to the original 3 because there's no loadouts. Everybody starts the same. You get the same equipment, the same abilities,
Yeah,
and you just go.
I like that.
Well,
Yeah,
it was
and I
kinda-
think that's, from everything I've read, that's their focus for Halo 5, is to do
Now,
that.
I would say
So,
I think loadouts are fine, but I would only say do it for like the equipment used. Just be able to choose your equipment before you go in, just because I don't like using any equipment other than hologram. That's the only equipment that I'll ever use because the way my button scheme works is I do bumper jumper, and whenever I have to use the equipment, I press X, which means if I want to do something, if I want to look around while I'm using my equipment, I have to do claw.
The claw
Yeah,
maneuver.
and I just
as I've
I
coined
just don't like that. So
Yeah.
that's why hologram works best for me because I can just line it up and then I press one button and it just shoots off. But everything else,
Yeah.
it's like if I'm jetpacking, I can't move around or look around while I'm jetpacking unless I just give myself
Yeah,
arthritis.
I'm not gonna miss I'm not gonna miss armor abilities.
I think it'd be fun for custom games and maybe even a few
Well,
like novel.
I
niche
think they should
games
give an
in the
option for
playlist.
people, because I really loved using the different abilities, and because of the games that I came into playing. Like I started off with Reach and I went to 4. That was my Halo
Yeah,
experience.
same here. But like, I honestly think that, like, yeah, like what you guys are saying is like the best way to go about it. Like, split it. Like, Slayer don't have armor abilities because it's
I
Slayer.
agree.
It should be smaller map.
And then have
No
an
armor ability whatsoever.
alternate version. Have an alternate version of
Yeah.
Slayer where you do have honor, like
Yeah,
like Rumble, like a Rumble
yes,
pit.
exactly.
type
Just
of
have A and
free-for-all.
B Slayer,
Like,
even if you literally wanted to title it like that. Just different.
and then like, yeah, that's why Halo Reach only had one thing that was really true old school Halo, and that was their MLG playlist, which was
I
really
love-
small.
Yeah.
Like it was just one pack of maps. That was it. And like Halo 4 had a lot of fun game types, they threw an oddball that was awesome. I love the mechanic of throwing the skull, and
it's fun.
Ricochet was great. Griffball played amazing in Halo 4. I love the physics. Could have used some better netcode because oh my god, the fucking lag on the crazy maps with all the forge items. Oh my god, it was so bad. But it just didn't feel like old school Halo, and I'm fine with change. Change is good. It always makes things better.
Most of
But-
the time, I guess.
Usually.
Usually.
If it's done for the right reasons, yeah, change can be good.
And no change will be 100% liked, especially when it comes to major games.
Oh, no, it can't-
a
it
lot
can't be.
a lot of it can be simply up to player preference. But that being said, certain
Yeah.
changes could really hurt or ruin a game if they force a gamer to experience it this way when that's not what they play Halo for.
Yeah, but from what Chris and Mr. Wartburg or Birdman have said about the Halo 5 betas made me very invested. It's just I'm so hooked on Sunset Overdrive. It's just like I said, I'm still in the honeymoon phase. I'm doing all the collectible stuff, and
yeah.
Chaos Squad is extremely fun. And
Oh, it's so
A
good.
game,
just
a game like
taking my
that, it
time.
seems like it's going to be a really fun experience overall, and it doesn't have to be a game that, like certain games, especially if they only had a single player map, are just that. It's a really fun experience, and you don't have to keep playing it over and over and over all the time. Like you could play it a lot and then play the other stuff, but then you fondly think about it, and then you're like, oh, but I'll play it again because it was just a good experience.
yeah.
So I'm
Personally.
excited to try a game like that. I also want to try the Halo beta when I can, if I can. But is that only for the newer systems? I think it probably would be.
Yeah, it's only for
It's only for
Yeah,
Halo.
it's for Xbox One, yeah.
Xbox One.
It's only for Halo, he says.
Yes.
It's only for Halo.
Go
For
fuck
Halo.
yourself.
It's only for Halo, yes. So when it comes to, I know we kind of offshoot into games and what we thought were good games and stuff like that, but when it comes to creative projects, what are you guys getting into? I know I talked to you guys briefly about this webcomic me and Birdman are doing, aka Chris, and we also did some. I'm also trying to do some stuff about a podcast on my own personal channel. What exactly are the rest of you getting into?
I'm trying to get I just tried my hand at animation. I'm now able to do a lot more with the actual video editing. So now I'm gonna put out the Minecraft series that's been delayed for a while, and going to put out a lot of other content in addition to that. We now have more TFT talks, for example, and we can do more episodes of that. Different projects starting on this other channel, and for animation, I might try my hand at even the famous Game Grumps animated or doing stuff like that, and actually have something on my Chaos Mana channel that's been nothing for over a year.
That's awesome. That's really and so far, me and Wartburg really love your animated.
That was fucking
It was.
awesome.
It was really good. So
I wanted to hear
since
since Tejan was I really wanted to see how he felt about that too.
Yeah.
Whenever I can talk to him, it would just spur, like I said, it would just spur I'm going to try this, and yeah, I really like the intro to 68 as well. it was just funny all around.
Yeah, that's awesome. What about you, MrWartburg?
Honestly, I'm gonna be doing a lot of things in the coming months. I'm moving my setup into my buddy Joey's second bedroom, so we're gonna be able to have like an actual like studio to make Let's Plays, and we're gonna have a podcast. I don't know if we're gonna use my channel or I have a one that I've locked down for like a year now. It's called Farm Nerds, and then I have the Twitter, the Gmail, YouTube, and a couple other things locked down. What else was I looking at? Fuck, what was it? Oh yeah, we're gonna have we're thinking like maybe 3 types of videos on that channel. Like, take video of us fucking around, like around in the apartment and in the area. We'll call it Effin' Life, and then the Effin' Podcast, and the Effin' Gaming.
Nice.
The Farm Nerds. But I don't know if that's gonna work or not. I'm not sure, because I got plenty of money for to use for my sound mixer, so I can take like in-person podcasts, which I'm really excited for. Something to use my microphone with that isn't plugging into my fucking little handy cam.
Yeah.
But, and then, I don't know, I might try to maybe make that transition, the MrWartburg thing I'm doing, into like a podcast instead of just me talking to a camera.
Yeah.
Because my first episode was a podcast about Star Trek.
Well, how long? Like, it really depends on how you feel. Like, if you don't want to do it in front of a camera anymore, you can just move it over to the podcast format.
Yeah, because then with the soundboard, what I can do is actually make it a video podcast.
Yeah, you can set up visuals, and that's what I plan on doing.
Because I can sync it up, because I'm going to have high quality audio with a pretty solid handy cam, and then actually make a really cool podcast. Because I got a lot of cool shit now for like set dressing. I'm really liking how it could turn out.
That's cool, man. It's real cool. What about you, Birdman84, a.k.a. Chris?
Why do we have to say every single one of my names? It's like, oh, goodness.
Good thing he doesn't know
Also,
your
no,
last name.
Exactly.
Is that on Skype? Is that...
Yeah.
Shit.
Nobody needs to know.
I would even be.
You saw
I
nothing,
have no
you
idea.
heard nothing, you did nothing.
I have no idea how I would even begin to pronounce that, but continue.
All
my
right.
friend.
Well, aside from the thing that we're working on, I'm pretty much going to be focusing on just making more YouTube content. I'm gonna start. Like I said earlier, I got some games to play from right after Christmas, so I'm gonna do a Let's Play in probably 3 of the 4 of them, and I have one series that's ongoing on my channel that'll be probably going throughout the rest of this year at least. That I'll continue to do, but I also have a new series that I just recorded the other day, the first episode, which was actually really fun, but it's I'm gonna let you guys in on a secret of what it's gonna be, so you're gonna be in the know. It's called Painful Gaming, and it's going to be me just making up stupid ideas of how to play a game. So like the first episode was me playing Halo 3, the first level on Legendary, but all I could use was melee and plasma pistols.
So, like, you set up certain conditions or rules, and then you play the game.
So
Cool.
like I
you
did
should
that.
write down a whole bunch of rules and put them into a hat, and then, well, it looks like I'm going to be playing this game with hard difficulty and something like that.
Yeah, that would be definitely something to think.
Oh, a wheel on the wall.
you start each
Yes.
episode spinning the wheel and have like lights and music going on.
The Wheel of Pain.
Yeah, no, it's LED Christmas lights set to like a really shitty Christmas tune or something, and then it just spins
And
around.
it's like in July he's releasing these episodes. Yes.
That'd be amazing.
Yes.
That sounds really cool.
Oh yeah, speaking of projects, since me and Chris are both frequenters of LBF, we're doing our 1-year anniversary podcast, which will be out way before this comes out, probably. Hopefully, maybe. That'll be on me if it doesn't, so don't hate me if it's not out yet. Sorry.
Too late.
You do
And
have
then
3 podcasts.
Lucas the Third
out.
is getting his Elgato.
Nice.
So the legendary runs will be making a return, and I'm very, very excited.
Phew.
Because that was a lot of fun. We recorded like 3 episodes before my computer took a nosedive last like March, and then I had to get a new computer, and then then my body tried to kill me a few times. So that series kind of got
And
put
now
on
we're doing
hold,
all 4 of the games.
and I'm very
though, right?
excited it's coming back.
All the original Halo games that are on the MCC.
Yeah, we're gonna start with Halo CE, just legendary lasso, all the way
Oh
through.
God, Lasso, Christ Almighty!
It's gonna be awesome. I'm very excited
Lasso
because
is
it's Lucas,
terrible.
and it's gonna be hilarious.
I hate Lasso. Well, I mean, the first level on Halo 4 is probably the easiest Lasso mission. I'm going to tell you that right now.
He hates
Oh, yeah,
he hates
it's-
Lasso so much he's gonna dislike your video before he even watches it.
I'm gonna dislike your face with my
Aw.
fist. Yeah, that's gonna be the first thing at RTX. Just popped right in the face. That's for disliking my video. Now we're cool.
Ow, what was that for? You know what
That
you
was
did.
for the thumbs down,
It
asshole.
wasn't even me. Like,
Here's my thumbs down on your face.
I tracked the IP address.
Pow, right in the kisser.
all the way to the moon. Like I'm looking,
It's not gay if it's on
I'm
the
looking
moon.
forward to all the cool stuff we're going to be doing with our TFT Plays channel too. Because now that I also have an Elgato, me and my brother are going to be doing like Hyrule Warriors and Smash.
I'm
and-
really
did you get the
excited
Pro
to
or the
start our
60?
own, Game Grumps-esque series on the channel. Like, I'm gonna have a lot of fun editing that and editing the bickering that I can inevitably see you two doing, being brothers and all.
We bicker constantly. It's how we enjoy each other's company. We'll just bicker about something.
It's how you show love.
I wish my brother liked video games.
Exactly.
He does
yeah.
not.
Have you ever wrestled? And will you be tackling the remote out of each other's hands if you were playing a multiplayer game in which you two were fighting each other?
There'll just be a lot of shit talking. We've kind of evolved past that. 'Cause
See, I really hope you
when
guys.
we were younger,
You should
yes.
set up a camera.
Camera
Just have it behind the scenes.
behind the scenes. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't expect them to actually get physical, but that would still be funny if, like, I saw Zach die on the game, and then all of a sudden you just hear, like, silence for about 2 seconds, and then, like, a bunch of shuffling and punching.
You just cut to a shot of his head, like, bludgeoning the microphone.
No, you
Fuck,
hear, like, a
damn.
loud bunk on the microphone, and then you just hear punching.
Like, you want to go? Fine, let's fucking
You
go.
hear glass breaking and sirens.
The screen,
I
the
start
TV just
like
shatters.
melting in sounds from a hurricane, so it actually sounds like you're really like just going at it, like glass smashing, shells
Well,
falling
yeah, you
down.
pipe in the audio from like the Thrill in Manila. Just bang,
I just picture like the
Rocky, the Rocky scene. Like, just get the audio from a Rocky scene. It just,
I picture the audio from
It'd be amazing.
Wizard of Oz when the twister's happening and all the cows and the Wicked Witch is like, I'll get you, Mustang.
yes.
Oh god. I mean, when we were younger, that shit would happen all the time. Like we would use pots and pans to sword fight sometimes. I'm like, have at thee, and I was just like straight up die.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, we'd fight with like our dad would make us bow staffs, and we would fight like we were both like Donatello.
Well, that's
and,
that's like
yeah.
play fighting. That's not like I'm upset at you fight.
Well, eventually it'd become that because like someone would get cracked in the knuckles too hard, or like there was one time where my brother kept cracking me in the knuckles when we were play fighting. I'm like, you do that one more time, I'm gonna straight up tackle you. And he did that, dropped my sword and tackled him. And apparently I knocked the wind out of him.
Dude, you won
But,
that
you know.
encounter.
Apparently, he's in the hospital now.
Yeah.
He's
That
dead
was a
now,
week ago.
and Zach has an imaginary brother.
Yes. Exactly. No, but you'll see Brother 45 on the TFT Plays and my personal
Wait,
channel.
would he be Brother 46?
No.
No, that was that. The,
should
the
be
brother that was killed
45.1.
was originally Zap 44.
Precisely.
Yeah, he killed him in the womb.
Eventually he'll assume the mantle of Zap 46 once I die, but that's, not for a while. He has much to learn.
But as they say, I don't
You
know where I
know.
was going with that. I was going to have him kill you in a violent rage, but it didn't.
As
It
they
didn't. It
say.
didn't materialize in my head.
The
Yeah, I lost it. I'm sorry.
original John Roberts.
It's been a long fucking day.
The original Pirate Roberts.
I'm just gonna put that as the title
Dread
for this
Pirate Roberts,
podcast.
motherfucker.
As they say, Wartburg. 2014.
2014. Yeah.
This is the last day of the year right now, as of recording. So,
Well, technically,
Yeah.
for you.
Well, not for me.
Yeah, me and Chris, we still got 26
Mine's
minutes
25.
till it's the last day of the year.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, just clicked over to 25. Suck it. Fat you, stupid fuck.
Oh, the love.
Your computers must not be on the atomic clock. Swear to God.
Yeah. Well, atomic clocks are great and all, but I'm looking forward to the new year. Basically.
do you have any of
I
your
guess.
those standard resolutions?
Because my brother's off season, so he's not. And my parents are like, if you want to continue playing lacrosse and football, you need to work out. So now that I'll have a person that work out with me, I'll probably do that. Because I need to do that more. It's healthy. I used to not be in pain all the time because I have a slight case of scoliosis, and it's a structural. When it comes to
being
back
more
pain.
fit would help, just in general
Yes,
for that. So
because the activity builds up muscles in my back, and it doesn't hurt me as much as it normally would. So and it's just really overall good for you. And since I quit smoking about a year and a half or a year and some change, developing my core would be good for me as well. So I don't know. Eat less.
Anybody else got a resolution?
Yeah.
Remain breathing by the end of 2015. That's my.
I think that's pretty attainable.
Oh,
I like
you'd
it.
be surprised.
It's a good goal, but it's not too low. Like, it's not like wake up tomorrow.
Wake up
Yeah.
each day.
wake him up before you go.
Not fall into a coma.
Oh God.
You know.
If it's a food coma, it's fine.
Wartburg, your goal should be not have your body kill itself again.
Yeah, mine's gonna be like, try not to die like 5 times because my body fucking hates me. Like this past year, I had a blood infection, a blood clot that nearly killed my lung, and then my stomach imploded.
And then he found
fuck.
$5.
Fuck 2014. Like, fuck that year. I'm done. Honestly, a lot of great things. Like,
on New Year's
LBF
Day, you're just
LBF
gonna
turned a
close
year.
a door in your house and like, I'm done.
see, like last year, like a couple weeks ago, I was watching the Game Over Greggy thing, and they did a topic like sum up 2014 in 5 words. It was like hashtag 2014 in 5 words, and mine would have been like, it's basically been a roller coaster. That's 5, right? It's basically been 8.
Oh, I thought you were gonna
Just
I thought you were just gonna use 5.
Word.
Drop the it's,
I thought
and
you were
that's
gonna do
5.
5
Because like
swear
there's a lot of
words.
ups.
Just fuck,
Like-
shit.
Because like the start of the year was great. Like we started a podcast and a YouTube channel, and did a lot of cool shit.
I'm surprised
And
how
then-
for us for a YouTube channel, it's not even been that long, and we already have like a lot. Like I just checked back from when we started, and it was only back in August, and we already have what we have now.
Yeah, and it's like what Wave said previously. It's like the first 100 subscribers is going to be harder than the first 1,000.
Oh yeah,
And
Yeah.
it takes time as a content creator. And it takes
especially
you have to study
Did
stuff.
you watch
too.
the new YouTube
Game Theory?
Yeah, Game Theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
was
shows
very
one of the
educational.
biggest reasons.
That's just a YouTube theory that I like. To
Yeah,
talk about.
that shows one of the biggest reasons why it's hard for people like us to catch on is the weird system that they have going
Yeah.
where like even someone like PewDiePie is having trouble getting his like millions of subscribers their content because the system's broken.
Well, it's the engagement algorithm that they're using is what's
Yeah.
messing everything up, I guess. But at the same time, it's like it's cool that people who like our videos and comment on them will see them more often.
Exactly.
And
It's a good thing in theory, but at the same time it's a little bit broken if you're not doing like certain things. Like a lot of people, if
Yeah.
they like a channel, will end up going to that show. Like I'm always going to the Game Grumps like videos tab. Like I have that bookmarked, their actual videos
Yeah.
tab as a thing. Like I am constantly going to that.
Well, I liked his, like, some channels suffer from producing too much content idea,
Exactly.
because it's true. Like, if you produce 40 hours of content and you put like all of it on YouTube for like every week, people are just going to lose their goddamn minds and can't keep up. And that's why the algorithm's punishing people like PewDiePie. So I think, well, not,
Yeah, that's one of the,
not
that's
to
one of
be
the reasons that
negative,
it's not a crime if we don't have one of our videos out. Like we almost have a video out every day, but we don't need to have like as something thrown out each and every day if we miss a day, something like that. And that's also why channels like Epic Rap Battles still gets millions of videos for their thing, because they have like a series that everyone wants to come back to, and they're able to
3
follow
minutes
it.
every single week, and it's something you can easily just watch right before going to work, or
like how it should have ended. Like they put out one a month.
John
they
Tron
get, 10
had
million.
all those fans following him, and he put out like a video a month, and he still does about that process, a video a month or every 2 weeks or so. Like it really depends. Like certain Let's Plays, like I'm glad that Game Grumps do like 3 episodes a day, because that's still short 10-minute episodes that I can knock out in a sitting. A lot of them are good ones to do in a series, stuff like that. So there's definitely too many videos. There's too little videos. It really just depends on the content creator, and the audience behind it.
Yeah. That's very true.
You can't really say like one way works better, because there's your different strokes for different folks. There's all different types of things. People watch different things. People like making different stuff. YouTube is a really strange entity.
Well, yeah, and that's what they should build the algorithm around. They shouldn't build it around engagement. They should build it. They should like somehow. I'm not a code person. I don't know how this shit works. I'm just saying that the main emphasis should be a diversity-based subscriber box, or however they want to do it. But
make
basically,
it
they need
easier
make it
to
so
follow the
everybody...
people that you follow, but make it also easier for the people that aren't being followed to put their content out there, because there could be like 1,000 or hundreds of thousands hidden gems out there that people just don't know about. They would be watching us. People. I'm not saying our channel is prime ultimate thing, but there's probably a lot of people out there that would like the content we produce, just have walking about, have no idea we exist, and would even be actively looking for content like ours. They just can't find it.
Yeah.
So things like that is like a little bits of tweaking that could be better on like one of the most widely used sites of today's entertainment.
For sure. I mean, I was even thinking about like a favorite button, like you do that for Twitter. Like it's I make sure that I for sure see everybody's tweets that I like to see. So is that a thing that they can do for YouTube? Just like, okay, subscribe and then favorite.
They sort of do that. Like you can have your emailed if a certain subscriber uploads a video. I don't know how it works on my phone, but certain people put out videos on my phone, sometimes that pops up as a separate notification. It doesn't work, like you said, it doesn't work too well. It's not 100% foolproof, which is rather odd concerning how popular YouTube itself is.
So you know the solution to all this?
What?
Business cards at RTX.
Yep.
Yep. I'm printing some for LBF in my channel. It's gonna be awesome.
T-shirts work too. A lot of people approached us when we were wearing our official TFT shirts.
Yeah, I need to get Wandy to put the LBF one back on sale. I need that shirt. Like he's gonna
give you he's gonna secretly have like one actual LBF shirt, but then he's gonna have the Wandy shirt that's like only a secret like troll design.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah, he had some pretty cool ones up there.
Yeah, I liked the TFT one he did that What Wave asked for. That was cool. Yes. I was giving him shit for, stealing it, but, in the end I was like, JK, not actually.
Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna have some pretty awesome business cards.
We have a trailer, and I added it to the fan adder. So
well, it depends on how you want to spread the content. I'm not against doing
that.
Hey,
hey,
just getting that type of thing printed.
I see you're waiting in line for this panel. It's like an hour-long line. Want to watch your podcast while you're here? Here, go to this channel. Go. Listen, be merry.
Watch a podcast
and like and subscribe. Bye.
Isn't sometimes the point of the podcast just to be listening?
Oh, it's a video on YouTube, so technically it's a video.
Well, you could have a place where you download them.
I do. We use MediaFire, but SoundCloud is expensive. I don't like it.
Yeah, apparently Dark One Dre set us up with SoundCloud, so that's awesome.
Yeah,
for
like
him.
MediaFire was dirt cheap for a terabyte. Like,
Oh
it
yeah,
was awesome.
I just got recently charged for MediaFire. I forgot that I even had paid for that little bit, and it was like $2.90 something cents for renewal, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh okay, that's fine. I don't even know how long the subscription lasts, but I hadn't gotten charged for a while, so it
It's
must
like
be
a
good.
year or like 9 months, or it's like 6 months to 9 months, something like that.
Yeah, it's really
Something
nice.
crazy,
Really
Yeah.
nice for how much space they're giving you, and I could even get higher plans for probably not too much more. I don't need that
Yeah,
much
exactly.
space, but I could.
Sponsored by MediaFire.
Well, kind of literally, because we're on MediaFire.
yeah,
Like, that's where all our podcasts are right now.
it's very true. Very true.
At least the ones we link. Like, we're in a bunch of different places, but at the same time, that's kind of our little home working
Yeah.
well for us.
Yeah, for the time being, until T-Jin Lee gets off his ass and builds us that damn site.
Oh, and another thing to look forward to in 2015? Like, no joke. Okay, what were we think? Was it last week we decided we need to have the Modfather, like, short trailer? Film that at RTX.
Mm-hmm.
And then do a LBF TFT cardboard, like, wrapping paper fight. You made, like, those roller
Yeah,
things, you know? Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And then we FX them to be lightsabers.
Oh,
Those were
could we
awesome.
like buy ketchup or something and do like fake blood and like do epic
Oh, yes.
battles and death scenes
Dude.
and stuff?
That's a given.
of these guys.
And yeah, like yeah, and then the Modfather. I was actually thinking of this yesterday. I was like, wait a minute, there are 3 Toms. We need to have the Council of Toms. Yes.
TFT Talks Toms.
Yeah, Tomcast. We should do it.
Yeah. Tom.
They can only talk about the TomTom GPS system.
Yes. And I sell Toms in Best Buy.
Oh.
And we have to hold a Tom while we're talking.
Yes.
I kept hearing Tauntaun, so I was just thinking like Han just climbing into a Tauntaun, and you're just holding it. You're just like, hey, you want to buy this? Got your own Tauntaun.
I thought they were.
Your mind goes to fun
Yeah.
places.
That'd
Yeah.
be so cool. If, like, I went into Best Buy and they were just like a stable of Tauntauns, you know, and they're like, "Hey, you got to sell these." I'm like, "Awesome." I'd use that Han line all the time.
Tauntauns are actually the
They
carts
smell on the outside.
when you go into Best Buy.
Exactly. That'd be amazing.
Yes.
For May 4th, they should do that. They should have like a little Tauntaun plushie on the head of the cart.
Dude, I'm kind of excited for May the 4th this year because I have access to the Best Buy sound system, so I can play any music I want.
Our system has to
When we
has to
open,
play the same
it's gonna be
songs
awesome.
over and over.
See, we in home theater we have an audio receiver hooked up to some of the best speakers on the market, the Klipsch reference speakers.
Nice.
Oh my god, they're amazing. They have like mini subwoofers because they're like 6-foot tower speakers. They have subs in the bottom. Sounds so sexy. Like, I just want them. I want them so
You
bad.
want them inside you.
And that Best Buy discount, bro.
Inside
It's
your
for
ear.
real.
Yeah, your canals.
You're my favorite of
Reminds
all.
me of Family Guy.
Yeah.
They're having sex in the ear hole. It doesn't even make sense.
Just a bunch of chads.
No,
Weird
we
episode.
have fun here. We have fun.
We have fun.
Should we wrap up? About an hour.
We could have gone on for another 30 minutes.
Any more moratoriums on
no,
2014?
we're going to keep going for this podcast. Sorry I didn't tell you this before, but we're going till the new year. So prepare your butts. No.
I
All right,
gotta
well, I
work.
gotta go grab my baby powder if I'm preparing my butt.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to go get my butt plug. So
Zach, how are you prepared?
Well, loads of caffeine, a catheter, you know.
you got some cocaine. I hope you do.
I mean,
Catheter.
You need to meter it out like a hit every like 6 hours.
a bump every hit, 6 hours.
Bumper every hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, bump every hit. See, I almost was like aware of the terminology, but I completely fucked that up. But with that note, I guess we could be wrapping up the end of 2014 if chaos.
It's like we're wrapping a Christmas
Exactly.
present.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not.
I was just
So
about to
suck
make
it,
that.
bitches.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, it's a combination of Out Christmas. It's the last one we're recording in 2014.
Happy Kwanzaa!
And
We've had an awesome, literally year of podcasts, so that's exciting. We're actually approaching our 100th podcast in just 10 more. So
yeah, which is cool.
that's another huge milestone that from when we started to how we are now. Like, that's incredible.
You guys gonna get together and have a live podcast? That'd be awesome.
Wait, what?
That would be pretty cool. On our
But also rather
Yeah, I was
expensive.
gonna
In
say.
the middle of the year, that would suck. I totally understand.
Is
I mean,
Simmons
heck,
gonna
we
be
could
in charge
attempt.
of it?
one
One
of these
thing we
days.
could attempt is a co-optional podcast-esque like video conference type thing, like something like that. Who knows?
That'd be cool.
yeah.
We'll be milling around the different choice of what we can actually do for our 100th one.
All these wonderful ideas.
Yes, and with that, you can follow us on Twitters for the TFT forum thread on Twitter, forum thread on Facebook, SoundCloud, like we had saying. We have our own little home on Rooster Teeth, which is a forum thread. Wartburg, you have a podcast in different places.
Yeah. Let's be friends. Check it out. Please link nump it this time. Like the last 5 podcasts I've been on, I'm not in the cast link dump.
We'll make sure to get that done.
It's like, nope. Thanks. I see how it is. It's fine.
The love.
I guess it depends on if we're talking about it in this manner, or if Mr. Fusions didn't want to put it.
It's fine.
Oh yeah.
I'm cool
So
with it. Half the LBF podcasts don't even have like a link or a description, so I don't care.
So with that, we shall say.
Bye.
Well, hold on. First, thank you to our
Whoa,
guests.
jumping the gun there, man.
Yeah,
Thank you to
Well,
our
I'm
guests.
saying
that joined
goodbye.
us
I
for
don't know
this
what Chaos
podcast.
is saying.
Thank you very much, Chris, for joining us and for helping out working with the comic.
Oh yeah, no
And
problems. Thanks for having
Different
me.
thing. Oh yeah.
I
And we're
like
excited.
talking.
We're excited to work together with you in the future. And is there anything you feel like plugging or sharing at the moment?
Well, we were talking about butt plugs. I could plug that. No.
Yeah, I don't want your shit running everywhere.
You watch your mouth, mister. I'm.
I can't. It's below my nose.
Well, fine. Go ahead.
I don't have a mirror.
Maybe just my YouTube channel. Starkiller Mark is my YouTube channel, I think. Yes, maybe, possibly.
Yes, that is correct.
I think it is.
Because I have like two
I think
different
it's
two
Marique,
different ones.
probably.
But yeah, I make videos there, and sometimes I do some. I'm gonna try and do some artwork soon, just to put that up. I'm gonna record with OBS, so if you want to see some artwork, I might try and get some of those out soon. So,
And if you don't,
but
suck
if
a
not,
fat one.
then yeah, just wait for the comic, and you'll see my handy dandy work.
Notebook?
Artsy fartsy stuff. Yes, both.
Yes, all of that stuff.
And now for the real time I'm saying this, we shall now be saying,
Bye.
there we go.
Hello.
Goodbye.
Oh,
So
I messed that up. I'm
long.
sorry.
Auf Wiedersehen, Apollo.
Auf Wiedersehen. I'll see you guys later the next year pretty soon. And stop.
And a podcast in a pear tree.